Hello, everyone. Welcome to Abnormal Investigations in this early day at 5 o'clock. We usually don't do one this early, but we decided to do a 5 o'clock live today. So maybe some of the people that can't normally make the lives will have the opportunity to be able to come into this live, and we can kind of hang out with everybody. Um, Hello, Roxanne. Good to see you. Hello, Sharon Guy. We got Jesse C backstage. Nancy Silver Bullets in here tonight moderating. Sharon Guy. I think I said your name, but we'll say it again. Sharon Guy's in here moderating. We got Dana Afflictions in here. Good day. Abnormal Investigation. She said, hope all is well. Things are good, Dana. Done really good. Appreciate that. Things are moving as scheduled and in God's time. So, OCST looks like they're in here tonight. Silver Bullet, I think I said Silver Bullet, but we got a few people in here. I don't expect to have as big of a crowd tonight as we normally have on a normal night because we are early, and I don't know. I got off work early, so I thought let's do a live, right? I thought we could go out and spend a little time with you guys. The weather's coming in. We got everything early done today. I got off early. I called Jessie. I said, let's go live. She said, okay, let's do it. So here we are. We're live on YouTube with all of our friends and all of our trolls. Our trolls count too. Their views count too, guys. But yeah, we got a pretty good show tonight. We're gonna go over some things. We're gonna do open mic tonight. So does anybody in the audience have anything that you're gonna talk about tonight? You're gonna jump on here with us tonight and visit with us. I want to go ahead and throw Jessie in here. She's missing out on all the fun.
Hello. Good day. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Well, I'm trying to see if anybody tonight is going to jump on live with us. If anybody has an encounter on the open mic, I'm pretty sure OCST is going to jump on. So hopefully somebody will jump on with all of us and we can talk about some encounters. If not, I've got a few other things to talk about tonight that I got wrote down that we'll discuss. But like I said, I don't expect to have a big show tonight. It is early, and we usually don't go live this early, but I was bored, and I thought we would beat the storms. We got to beat the storms.
Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, you got some bad stuff coming in your way.
Got my mason jar of tea. I'm ready, as the duck commanders would say. That's refreshing. I love me some good tea. Tea's good for you.
Hello, Sebastian.
What up, Sebastian? Yeah.
He says, good morning. I wonder what time it is for him there.
I don't know, but I did see a lot of different names. I think we're catching a whole different genre of people right now at 5 o'clock. So
should be good. Good.
It's always good over here. always good. Where else
Yes.
can you go and watch paint dry, right?
Aha.
Looks like AI and Nanny Pam's in here tonight. And Lisa Ann. Michael Deer's in here. I don't know. I've seen him a few times, but I think maybe not a lot in the chat. So maybe this is a better time for him also. AI and Nanny Pam, you are absolutely correct. Um, abs- that's going to be a challenge. What we're doing, guys, we have two wide open adventure channels that we're working on right now. It's a race to see which one blows up the biggest. But right now, it seems that the older channel has really grabbed a lot of traction with everybody supporting it and everybody coming over. We really appreciate that. But what we are going to be doing on the other channel, guys, is I talked to Josh a little bit today, and you all know that I'm collaborating with him. Go check him out, guys. The name of his show is Hugh's Wrecking Crew. I do not have his link yet, but I will get it to where I can share it with you guys. Go check him out. Really good guy. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff together. Here's the deal, though. This is the deal. If y'all are on Wide Open Adventures, I'm talking to. We are definitely going to have giveaways over there for sure. That is definitely going to be happening. But also, I think we're going to give away, and we've been talking about this, a fishing pole sometime this year. And yeah, it'll be a nice pole. So all you have to do is be a member of Wide Open Adventures with the link coming up right now. All you have to do is be a member of the Patreon. And let me see here. But before you get discouraged, don't get too discouraged yet, because I got some more good news coming for you. Here's the Patreon. Hold on one second. Here's the Patreon link. Of course, it's trying to fight me right now. Of course, it always does that. One second. My computer's saying, this link does not exist whenever I've just got off of it. There we go. Here's the Patreon for the Wide Open Adventures right here. And also, guys, you do not have to be a member to win. Other things will be given away. So just so you know, just by going over, subscribing, and participating, you do have to be in the chat when we give stuff away to be able to win. But we are going to be doing some giveaways over there. Dana says it is raining and snowing there. Wow.
Ooh, where is she located?
Man. But yeah, guys, run over, jump on Wide Open Adventures.
Meteorologist James Adelot, a tornado watch has been issued for your location.
There you go. Tornado watch for my location. Also, guys, if you're interested in the weather that's going on here,
Minnesota.
I may possibly this evening, if it gets bad, but it'll be on Wide Open Adventures. I may go live over there and give you all an up to date what the weather's done. So, another thing that you might want to go over and check it out. A lot of good things are going to be going on over there. So, I'm going to post the link one more time. We'll throw it in there if I can get this to cooperate. There is the link. So if you don't mind, subscribe over there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be some giveaways, and a lot of lives are going to be happening over there if you like our lives. So it's going to be a fun time. Almost
Exciting.
as good as my tea. And Jessie even complimented me the other night. She said that my videos were getting better than my old videos. So
They are. They really are. I really
always
enjoy them.
the harsh critic of my videos and my most talented work. But yeah, guys, I am going to go ahead and throw the link in the chat, guys. So jump on and join us on this open mic night. Makes you kind of wonder who's going to jump on. Probably is no telling. I bet OCST jumps on. That would be my bet.
Hi, Margie.
I
Who's
wonder
going
if
to be
he's
brave and come on tonight?
I don't know. I hope somebody comes on and gives us a good encounter. That's what I was hoping for.
Well, there's plenty of people here in the chat already, and I know they all have had some really crazy experiences. So,
He's probably having to put up a Jiffy Pop right now, too. All right. Here comes the link, guys, to the channel. There we go. There's the first time we've posted it. So just jump on the link if you would like to come on and talk with us, share an encounter, shoot the breeze, whatever you'd like to do.
Who's gonna be the brave taker?
And while we're waiting for somebody, let's see. I had some announcements. Blake will be coming on the show the 3rd at 8 o'clock p.m., guys. We're going to have him on. It's going to be a live show with Blake from the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. It's going to be a good show. Of course, everybody be careful in the storms tonight. If you're in the path of the storms, these seem to be some pretty strong storms. I had a lady earlier. I had actually a conversation with her, a messenger earlier before we came on the show. And she said, I think it would be really cool if you could go on Google Earth and show us where you're investigating so we can kind of look around and see the terrain you're in. In a perfect world, that would be an ideal thing to be able to show y'all. But unfortunately, I am still being threatened. My family's still being threatened, and I'm being stalked. So it would not be a wise idea for me to give my location to where I'm at because, like I said, we are in fear for our life right now. We've had death threats against us. We are for sure being stalked. And it's just not a wise idea for me to do that right now because things are crazy. Roxanne Delgado says he's in Southwest Missouri, said it will be a hit and miss with this storm. Man, I hope you guys miss it too.
Yeah.
We've got OCST backstage. I'm going to go ahead and bring him out. Looks like he has trouble with him.
Yeah, here's trouble.
Trouble? You're talking to him right there. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
How are you guys doing?
we're good.
I
I had to go to the ER last night, but
oh no.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
turns out I have diverticulitis. So yay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My grandma had that.
He's just a pain in the
Yeah, my grandma had that for a long time. I remember she took, I think, gabapentin was one of the things they gave her for it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they actually didn't give me anything but a muscle relaxer that I haven't got yet, but
Right.
they're going to leave it up to my specialist to do anything else.
Sharon. She said don't eat anything with seeds.
Yeah.
I'm a mountain doctor by day.
Yes.
Did I ever give you your card back?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like Connor's in the background. You gotta
No, it's
give Connor
Colton,
a
actually.
It's
Oh,
cool.
Colton.
Oh, you're good.
I forgot y'all's life. I'm sorry. I just started tripping out. I didn't know. I didn't remember if I gave your debit card.
You're good. Yep, I got my money back. Thank you.
It's their new AI program. It recognizes everybody in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So you got you a set of those IR cameras, didn't you, Harold?
I have the night vision camera. We're looking into getting some good night vision IR cameras to set up.
I hope so. I don't know. I just try. That's all.
Well, tell
Yeah.
us about it, Christy. Tell us about it. What do you not like about the one you got now?
Oh no! I actually really haven't. I haven't tried it out. It's all Harold's stuff. I bought it for him so he could do his boots on the ground or go out and. I call it go out and play, but it's not going out and play. But you know what I mean, getting out and whatever. But I just hope I buy the right quality, the right quality stuff. So yeah.
Right.
But he also
it's hard.
Huh?
It's hard. It's hard anymore to know what you're getting. You know how well it
Oh,
works unless you know. You go out and you look at the really expensive stuff, and then it's like $2,500 and up, and I'm like, no.
Screen.
First thing I'd do is trip and fall in the creek and run it all.
The thing is, well, it wasn't even dark, and I tripped. Well, not even tripped. It was muddy, and I slid on my tail ender. Yeah, and got all muddy and gross, and yeah.
Mud angels.
Huh?
Mud
Yeah,
angels.
Jesse makes them.
That's okay.
Only one.
'cause,
It was snow angel.
just before she tripped and fell in the mud, which we didn't get on camera.
Thank God. Thank God.
I had to cut our taping short because just after we had spotted Bigfoot back in the woods, and then we got surrounded, I cut the video off, and good thing I did because I know I got zapped and it made me lose all control of my bodily functions. So that wouldn't have been good on camera.
No, well, it depends on from what perspective.
The not so fun perspective there. Hang on. Sassy, quit! Please.
Yeah, Sassy.
You know, the other night, whenever I was out, I got what sounded like I was talking to a guy that analyzes my videos. And whenever he ran it through his analyzer, it does frequencies and it compares everything to animals, known animals, and stuff like that. And what it came back was, it wasn't a bat, but it was definitely some kind of a sonar, the clicking noise that everybody was hearing. It registered on his equipment as some kind of a sonar, but it wasn't anything that has been documented. So he said it was a unavailable sonar. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Are you reading this?
They're giving medical advice.
I hope. Whoa, I'm sorry, babe. I did not mean to do that. We're trying something a little bit different with our setup, so I just hit his hand where the mouse was. So I didn't mean to. Hit his hand. But yeah,
leave it to a woman to sabotage you.
Really? So hey, if you move your head, show them our backdrop.
Oh yeah.
See,
he's gonna lose a co-host here.
See?
Oh,
nice.
That's cool.
Like it.
Gonna add a lot more to it.
So yeah. There.
That picture up above where that Bigfoot's at that y'all's got.
Mm-hmm.
That one?
Sarah actually took a photo at a place we was at, and she caught a real photo of a Bigfoot actually looking
like
around
that?
the tree at us. I need to send. I'll send. Yeah, it's really close to that. I'll send it and show y'all.
If you
really cool.
notice on Mogs and Stevie B, Mogs has the same picture.
Yeah.
On Tuesday or Thursday night.
Yeah.
If you watch his live or whatever, he's got the same one. Which is
I go in there as much as I can. I try to hit as many lives as I can, but I'm so busy and I'm a workaholic that I hardly get any chance to be able to go into any other lives. So I try to drop into as many, but I do you guys. I look at my calendar. I even have Wednesdays off. I try to avoid everything on Wednesdays. I even have a green line down through it. See?
Oh,
Thank you.
we feel the love.
Because Christy is special in so many ways. So I take off.
Yes, I am very stinking special in so many ways. Thanks, cornbread. Oh, feel the
So
love.
So do you guys remember me telling you about me recording that thing down by the lake? It looked like an alligator running along the lake.
Yeah, I do.
I don't. Sorry.
Well,
I have too many things in my
tonight,
head.
tonight is your lucky night.
Special.
I found the video.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm going to show y'all and see what you and Harold think. If I can get this to work.
Did you kick them out?
Uh-oh, we lost him. Why did we lose them? Hold on.
I don't know.
Why did we lose them?
I don't know.
That's
them
not
out?
going to work. It shouldn't have kicked them out.
One of these things.
Now, why did it do that? I'm working
One
on
of
it,
these
guys. I'm
things
working on it.
doesn't belong here.
Okay, let's see.
Sorry.
Maybe it's going to work. Maybe it's not going to work. But here it is. We'll see what happens. No promises.
Oh, right over them.
There
That's all
we
right.
go.
Don't need to see me anyway.
If you see coming up, you'll.
It looked like a Bigfoot.
I don't know why it's doing that, but I am not a tech person.
There you go. You see it?
Yeah, that's why I haven't attempted to play videos on mine yet.
Oh my gosh. What in the
And
world?
there it
Yeah,
is running.
Wow,
Yes, sir.
that's
My
pretty cool.
mom posted that earlier, right?
Strange,
Yeah.
strange.
That was my grandma's response.
Yeah, definitely weird.
I just got that.
Grandma,
Hey, okay. Sometimes we all just need a little bit more Jesus some days.
But I don't know what that was.
That was
I have
interesting.
no idea.
Very
It just
interesting.
tells you how much is undiscovered out there.
You know, a lot of people said it looked like an alligator, but it was too high up to be an alligator. I think it wasn't low to the ground.
My question is, do Sasquatch swim?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
So could it possibly been a Bigfoot taking a swim to chase whatever was in the water that they were searching for?
Maybe it was running on all fours. That's a scary
Maybe.
thought.
Maybe doing the spider crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, do they swim like people? Or do they swim like doggy style? Or doggy paddle? Or how do they swim?
Maybe it's just a preference. I mean,
You know what I mean? I mean, do they do the I don't
the
know how to
butterfly,
swim.
the
I have
backstroke.
no idea how to swim. So
Yeah, I can see him out there.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I-
You said it looked like you were walking on the. Were they Peter? Were they walking on the water? I'm sorry.
They got a nice little drink on their chest and their
Yeah.
I interviewed a gentleman that was fishing one night, and he said that while he was out fishing, he saw one on the bank, and it waded into the water, and just like real like it was a really good swimmer. It just goes down under the water, and then he looks out of his boat as he's fishing, and he sees its face under the water looking at him.
Mhm.
So he said it seemed to be really, really comfortable being in the water.
Well, I could just imagine too. I mean, with the lung capacity that they have to be able to make those yells and hollers and stuff, I'm sure that they can hold their breath for quite some time under the water.
Yeah, so is it Michael Phelps? So he's a swimmer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that would be that would make you feel uneasy.
Yeah, I've heard a few reports of Bigfoot just walking into the water and 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 then coming out the other side the same way, just like he walked all the way across, but underneath the water.
Well, and with
Right.
their muscle mass too, they would probably,
Mhm.
yeah, most likely be able to just walk right across the bottom.
Oh, I'm
Less
sure
likely to
they'd be
float.
able to dig their toes into the
You.
Hmm.
bottom, and yeah. But
See,
I
and
could
I
see.
worry about the crazy sharks in freshwater lakes, even though they say that there's no sharks in freshwater lakes. Who
oh, there's
knows? You could be swimming right next to a Sasquatch.
Right?
I
You
saw
Even
know,
more reason to stay out of murky waters.
when I was about 9 years old, I saw someone point out a nursing shark. Excuse me, a nursing shark in the Skunk River in Iowa.
Do you want a soda? Another soda?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'll take one too.
Okay, it's a Dr. Pepper Zero. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, we were fishing off the shore of the Skunk River, which runs up in between um, Illinois and Iowa. It's a runoff of the Mississippi. So we're fishing up there, and this one guy points out, he's like, "There's a shark in the water," and we're all looking, and that thing comes up and rears its top side, and the guy yells out, "Hey, that's a nursing shark! That's a nurse shark!" He was like, and we're all looking, and of course, my dad, we had encyclopedias at home at the time. There's no internet,
Yeah.
but
You just aged yourself.
yeah, he looked it up, and sure enough, it was a nurse shark that came up the way. There's also been reports of great whites that have made their way up that way too.
Here you go, Jess.
Thanks. Got it.
I've also heard that they're finding bull sharks in freshwater. That is
Yeah.
not that uncommon right now.
Yeah.
So, the other night whenever I went out, did y'all get to watch that where I went out on the boots on the ground?
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember whenever I told y'all I could see something, but I didn't know what it was when I got back to the vehicle?
Mm-hmm.
We actually have a capture. After my buddy went through and reviewed the footage, he sent this back. And what do you all think about this right here? This is what I was seeing at about that time.
Yeah.
Is that eye shine? The very top?
Mhm.
Or is it?
You've got a eye shine, you've got a chest, a torso, and looks like 2 legs.
Yeah, that was
And
at the point where you said something was staying behind the tree, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
kind of behind the tree right there.
Yeah, I knew something was there. I saw something briefly, but I couldn't make it out. And then
It's
the
creepy as hell. You know that? Sorry.
one part where when you started saying, "Look, I shine," I sent you the capture I got on the TV, but I never got a chance to go back and try to get a better shot of it. But yeah, that one.
That's probably one of my better captures. I have trouble seeing those kind of things anyways, and whenever I look at that, I mean, I definitely don't have any trouble seeing a body. I mean, there's definitely
Right.
I mean,
There's definitely something besides a tree standing there.
It's kind of like the one
Right.
that you got when it was jet black and you
Yeah.
modified the picture to lighten it up a little bit. And you
Mhm.
can most definitely see the head and the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
it's
There's definitely something there.
Yeah. Wow.
and I could feel it, man. It was so heavy down there that night. I mean, it was so heavy. And then we caught this here, which we think was a spook light, probably.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get it to come up.
Yeah.
There's that light.
It's kind of like an orb looking to me.
Mhm.
I guess
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very, very bright. That's really what caught my attention, and it didn't float across the forest in a straight line. It was going up and then down below the creek and then back up. So it was like it didn't have a constant movement. It wasn't the same.
Right.
Wow.
And you said that people catch a light like that all the time off that creek.
That right there is where the lady with the candle house lived. So I'm assuming that is the lights that they were seeing coming down the river before the man that lived there was found accidentally drowned.
Yeah.
Accidentally?
That's what they say.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying that could be like an apparition of a torchlight?
I wonder if I don't know really, honestly. I mean, here's another that he sent me. I don't know if this is if it's going to help any bit. He's really good he has a really good computer. But that's where he enhanced it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something holding it?
That's what he's saying. I'm glad you said that. I didn't even have to say it. That's where you're getting the one
Seriously,
and
looks
two.
like the head and the arm like this and holding it like that.
Yeah.
With your shoulder on the other side.
Yes, he wrote in the he writes little things beside him. And he said, "Does this not look like somebody holding an old-time lantern?"
Yep. It's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to speculate because what I see sometimes is totally different than what someone else would see.
Me too. Really bad. I'm not real good at seeing these things. You can ask Jesse. A lot of times I'll say, "I don't see nothing." And everybody's like, "It's right there." I'm like,
it's right there. Yeah, I think you need better glasses there, cornbread.
I'm very skeptical on some of that stuff. I'm even skeptical on my own stuff. And here's another one that he thought that we should look at also. I thought you all would enjoy. Looks like it's splitting into two, maybe.
Or could that be eyes peeking around the tree?
Or I guess it
could be.
It could be, but
yeah,
I'm just
that would be
curious.
huge.
There's a black thing above.
Yeah, that would be
like a pinkish. It could look. It looks pink to me. Pinkish looking thing right above the lights. Looks like a guy holding a flashlight, kind of like this, wearing like a pinkish looking colored shirt with a head.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have.
I know. Like double. I said, that's just what I see. But there's also a black thing right underneath the lights, so I have no idea what the heck that is.
Well, I'm glad you noticed the pink thing because if I can find where he sent that right here, check this out. It also caught his attention.
What?
Now that looks reptilian.
Right?
Yeah.
Eyes? Are those eyes?
That looks reptilian. You see
the
weird looking black eyes. You have the
snout or whatever.
And you
now which location was this one taken at? Was that that's not from the
that's the candle. Yeah. These are all the candle.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, to me that looks reptilian.
To me, that looks creepy as crap.
It needs a new home, Christy.
It's not here. I rebuke you saying that, man. They hear you.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's your one.
Maybe it's a Ninja Turtle. I don't know.
I was shell shocked when I seen it.
See, that one almost looks like reptilian too.
I see what might look like eyes off to the side, and it's got like the white in the face.
Sassy.
I'm not going to lie to y'all. That night, whenever I got there,
That is
I was
wicked.
a little late, going on, and this
Like
time
me.
I wasn't late because I was actually running late. I was actually there early, and I had this feeling of dread. And he also sent this one too. And I didn't want to get out of the car. I sat there for a little while, and I was
Well,
like,
that's creepy.
I don't want to get out. And then
Mhm.
I was like, you got to do the show. You got to do the show. And it really took a lot for me to get out down there. It was hard. That was not an easy one to do.
Looks like a freaking alien. Am I seeing that, or is it?
I honestly don't know what he was looking at in this photograph. I was
Well,
hoping
you
to
can
get
see
all
the
that.
two eyes and like the a little bit of its nose or whatever it is.
You can
Kind of looks like a Jason mask.
you can kind of see like the contour of the head.
With the
Right.
two eyes, like the Jason mask would
I mean,
look
that's
like.
what it looks like to me.
Dawn says, depending on how you look at it, it looks like it could have a lizard man or a dog man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Dana, it was very creepy, scary. I even had a conversation with Jessie about that place, and I told her that I said, we almost didn't have a show that night because I was really struggling with getting out of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
It felt bad. That's the same place I went, where it shook my car that night. And
When Mike, it's your safety above whatever you do on boots on the ground. It's your safety. So if you felt like, dude, I shouldn't really be doing this, then dude, you probably shouldn't have been doing it.
right.
Love you. That's
Yeah, it
from the
was
bottom of my heart.
it was pretty scary. It was very, very, very creepy. Now this
No.
one here,
Yeah.
I see two things in this
Mhm.
photograph.
Yeah. I see what the lighter part up above looks a lot like a silhouette of a Sasquatch or dog man. To me, anyways.
What I see, Christy, and you'll tell me if I'm crazy.
Well,
I
I already know
see,
you are, but
and this is what I'm wondering, and y'all tell me if this is like reaching out there down the rabbit hole. That'll be my next T-shirt for the show. Is going to be the rabbit hole.
the rabbit
But
hole.
yeah,
Squirrel.
because what I see in the background, what to me looks like could possibly be one of the gray or white ones. And
Mhm.
then in front of it, that lower black thing, I think is a separate one running to the right, maybe a
Mhm.
juvenile, because it looks like it's running to the right, and the white one is standing there facing me, which
The
is
one,
the white one's further back.
the one in the front does look like it might be on all fours. Kind of like you said, like it's going across. Yeah. And I've noticed a lot of the juveniles like to do that, run on all fours.
Hi, Don.
It's like
Wow.
a toddler who crawls.
Yeah.
Ooh. See,
Well,
that's where
you got
they
some
start
interesting stuff, that's for sure.
they start crawling at me, and we're going to have issues real quick. And then
They're saying,
at a
"Daddy, help!" No,
no,
sorry.
at a separate spot that I was walking around at. Now you talk about some goosebumps, guys, and this ain't even cryptid, okay? This, when I found this, oh my God, it was like, what in the hell is this? Because it does not belong. What I mean, in the middle of the woods, guys, in the middle of the woods.
Dude, the Bigfoot are gonna have a party.
And that's in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They were definitely busy dragging all that stuff in there.
And it's a
Yeah, I
meeting spot for somebody.
or
Uh,
yeah,
My question is, Is that a party spot or is that feral people?
Who knows?
Either or.
Yeah.
Either
Hope it's
way,
a
it's
part-
still creepy.
I hope it's a party spot.
I mean, where did they get the stuff to put it? I mean, was it like an
Yeah.
actual sofa or is it like wood with cushions?
No, it's
or what?
like a sofa out of like a diner or like an
Mhm.
RV or something is what it looks like.
Okay, well,
Looks like an RV sofa.
somebody went salvaging. Is that a word?
Yeah.
They even had a bathroom down there, not just a
Is
fire
this what
pit
you
and
were
the
talking about?
couches.
Ew,
Mhm.
They planned on
Yeah.
being there for days.
that's not no bathroom. That is a freaking hole in
Well,
the ground.
It's a potty
yeah.
hole because down inside of that hole is
Ew, I don't want to know.
weights.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Don't trip in that one.
Yeah, you'd be knee deep in
Hey,
Blech, blech.
party.
party.
You'd be doing the do.
Stop it.
Be a party popper for sure. And then what they used to put it all together with, and I thought this was kind of strange too.
Yeah, it's 20.
Twine. Yeah.
Mhm.
Most everybody I know though carries either rope or the fishing rope, the limb line rope, but to actually have twine, I thought that was a little different.
I mean, it's just like a paracord. Can't you buy rolls of twine?
Yeah, but I don't
Mhm.
see where I'm
Yeah.
from. You don't see a lot of that down in the woods.
I
You
was just
see
saying,
mostly.
maybe it was a backwoods.
If
I'm not.
if it
No, I'm not gonna finish.
if
that.
it
Never
wasn't
mind.
a feral person, it had to be um, a farmer of some sort to have access to that, unless they went to Walmart and bought some twine. But
Well, or they could make it.
yeah, they could. True.
Oh, if that would have been put together with vines, that would have been a whole
Even more.
different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if that was put together with vines, we would have probably exited a little faster than what we did. um, I don't know. I just have this thing because I ran into some people down there before that looked really, really
Sketchy.
iffy. Yeah, really, really bad. And I was like, no, I don't want to talk to you guys. And this is the last one here that he sent.
Whoa.
That's at the sofa.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say what I think it looks like.
Demon face is what he
Big-
says.
Mhm.
I was just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you said it. Not me.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to put that picture under some different lighting to maybe enhance some of the features. Like the lighting that's on it now is pretty telling, but yeah, there's different spectrums that would bring out a little bit more detail.
Different.
I can send those to you if you want to mess with them, Harold. I can send them to you
Yeah.
after the show.
Yeah, do that because I'm curious to see more of the detail in the back where those eyes actually are.
But yeah, it that night when I was down there, I did not. I don't know, man. It was just it's one of those where I really had to push myself to get out. I think is that the same night I almost caught the rock in the head? It went over my head, or was that the next night? The next time?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
But what gave it away is when I walked past that tree, I seen it move, and that's what caught my attention. I caught it out of my peripheral vision, and I seen like its arm move, and that's when I was like, "There it is! I see you. You're right." And it was like it looked like a bush up next to the tree. I mean, it literally looked like a bush, and until it moved, the wind was blowing everything one way, and it moved against the wind, and I caught that. I was like, "No, that's not
Oh,
natural."
that was the night that you almost caught a rock to the head. Yeah.
That's what I try to tell people when they're out in the woods. I'm like, pay attention not just to the trees, not just the ground. Look at the bushes, because those are at your level, and anything will stoop to your level, pardon the pun, to hide from you, because a lot of times you can't see anything that's at your level when it's behind something. So you got to watch the movement of the bushes.
Well, I noticed that night that I'd never had anything push me the way it pushed me that night. It came from down in the bottoms. You could hear it coming, and the coyotes and everything they got really upset, and the hoot owls started, which didn't sound like hoot owls at all that night. Usually, I'll say hoot owls. That night, no, that wasn't hoot owls. And they were calling back and forth to each other. They were communicating like hoot owls. But the thing is normally whenever that happens to me and I'm out there, they'll get 50 to 100 yards from me, and they'll stop.
Yeah,
and that's when you'll start hearing them outside of your light. That night, whenever I was up on that trail and started to move, it was coming to me. Like, it didn't veer off, it didn't stop. One of them was coming right at me. And that's whenever I drew my weapon. And as soon as I drew my weapon, I heard it stumble and it went to the right. And then it went back out. So it knew when I drew my weapon that it was in danger. It sensed the danger. But then they really started surrounding me. I started hearing them all around me. And I started making my way to the car.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's time to start pushing out of here.
Once they sense danger, they come together and try to get rid of whatever is threatening them. Not saying, but they try to push you out.
And that's exactly what they do.
They're going to go bowling with me.
Yeah.
But I have a plan, and I'm thinking about doing. I'm actually thinking about this fall camping that spot and coming on live with everybody at certain times to check in to let everybody know how I'm doing. And I'm going to carry a camera with me to film in between those times and to release a video. But can you imagine camping out there, laying down in a tent where you can't see out around you?
Nope. Not happening. Nope. Oh, a hip. No.
I would.
Here's your partner. Here's your partner. You take him as bait. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding, everybody. I'm kidding.
I'll sit in the middle of the woods in the dark. Don't bother me.
And that's the way I am most of the time. I'm just kind of like, when I go down there, I'm not afraid, not scared. But man, whenever you do have those nights to where you're just like, I shouldn't be here. It's like they're not here to scare me. It's kind of like they're giving you I don't know, you can just feel it. Like they're giving you a choice. Either you leave because we're pushing you out, or it's fixing to get really bad, and you can just feel that in the air.
I think that would be a cool collab, by the way. I'm just saying. As long as Jesse can come hang out with me, would be cool.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
I'd rather be out in the woods.
Well, you got a camper, Jess?
No, I have a tent. I tent out to the back of my SUV.
Yeah, she's a glamper.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
if, and this is a big if, a big,
Yeah.
big if somebody wanted to, we could go as far as a half a mile more in than where I was at in camp. You're going to be right down there where it all starts at.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing around. Nothing.
I'd be a party pooper.
Because you can literally forget about calling for help.
Mm. Are you
You'd be
the
lucky.
911? Are you the man 911? Oh.
You'd be lucky if your phone worked.
Yeah.
Where I live at, it's probably going to take them 2 hours to even get out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have 911 GPS locations where I live. It's still the old ways.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we do not have all that.
You're really redneck up in the sticks in northeastern Oklahoma, ain't you?
And even whenever they try to do that, they end up going to the wrong house like 6 miles away.
Yeah.
So
Funny thing is if you were to actually put my address in the GPS location, it brings you like 4 miles west of my house.
Yeah.
True.
it would definitely be
yeah.
it would be a trip that nobody would ever forget. That's also the same place that I get all of the EVPs.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
there's a story. I don't know how true it is. It was actually sent to me by a viewer. I can tell you part of it that's true, and the other part I do not know it to be factual. The name of the town, and I'll tell you all after the show, so a lot of people don't know where I'm investigating. But the name of the town is actually the name, well, not the name now, but was the name of where I was at. And supposedly, this is the part that I cannot prove or say it's true. Freddy Krueger's story came from my town, and there's a big old write up about it. And evidently, he lived where I've been investigating, and so if that's true,
After I had said what I said earlier,
I don't know, but it would have to be looked. I don't know if that's really where it came from or not, but I mean, it'd be worth probably looking into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would definitely be worth.
Interesting fact, I guess.
I had a buddy camping down there one night on the lake. Not even that spot; it was another spot, and he was asleep, and his buddy was sleeping beside him, and he hears zip, and he looks, and his tent is unzipping from the outside while he's laying there real slow and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And he jumped up and grabbed the zipper and tried to pull it down, and it fought him for a second, and then it let go, and he zipped it shut, and they heard it run off.
So is it a creature per se, or is it the people that are building the camp out in the
I think this would have been a creature because he was in a whole lot different area. He was really, really deep in the woods, and they heard grunting and tree knocks after that. They heard whistles. Their dog ended up not coming home with them.
Wow.
They had their dog. Yeah, they had their dog outside tied to a tree, and the collar was left, but the dog was gone.
Storm. Or Sassy, quit.
Now it makes you think. We have feral people out there, and then we have cryptids like Bigfoot and Dogman. Are they separate from one another, or do they coexist?
Right.
Yeah.
I think Jesse told me a story the other day. We were talking, it may have been Jesse, I'm thinking it was, about the LBL. Didn't they say that there was a Bigfoot running with a Dogman or something? They were working together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens a lot. Or apparently they've seen those working together.
I have a buddy that investigates in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and his hotspot, the dog man, the dog man and the Bigfoot are always together. It's like he's gotten pictures of baby Sasquatch riding on the backs of young dogmen.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That just kind of goes back and confirms what the natives said. They're all the same, and if they're all the same, why wouldn't they not be running together?
right.
See, well, I've heard other accounts where they've fought over territories too, like to the death, families. So
Yeah.
It makes you almost wonder if it's like coyotes, if they run like coyotes in their own clans or packs, and like coyotes will run together and they'll run into another pack and they'll fight over a territory.
Yeah.
It's
That's what?
that's kind of scary to think about. I wonder if they're
Yeah.
like, hey, I get a leg and you get an arm, and I get an arm and you get a leg, or
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
then they're probably like, I wonder why when we started chasing that guy, I wonder why he kicked his other buddy in the knee.
That's why you pushed me in the mud. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Did.
Whoops.
Just kidding. That didn't.
But
didn't felt. Not he didn't push me.
have you ever went out to where you didn't want to be out there? Have you ever felt that I shouldn't be here?
Yeah, I feel that every time I go in my backyard.
Yeah, she's been in her backyard since we've been together. She's been back there maybe twice.
oh wow.
Yeah.
It was just like that night that you caught the eye shine on the night vision camera.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier that night, before the sun had totally set, I said, I'm out here, but this is a really creepy feeling.
Yep.
It was just,
It is.
it's like a heaviness, kind of like what you said. And it you can tell when there's something there, or you can feel it,
Yeah.
I guess. To me, you can feel it. So when I said that, he goes, oh, good, then it'll be a good night to try out my night vision. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to stay in the house. You do what you do you. And he goes, okay. And then sure enough, later on that night, about 9:45-ish, I think it's what time it was, because it was right after you took Storm outside.
Yeah, it took me 5 minutes to get something on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not long at all. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No.
And of course, Morris is a buddy of whatever creature was out there, because Morris came around the corner.
That's not the first time I've caught Morris hanging out with something like that, because I had a trail cam in the backyard. I don't have the footage anymore, but had the first time I tried out my trail cam, I hung it in the backyard off the shed, which is about 6.5 feet up. So I had it angled to where you could see the entire backyard. Well, I went and checked it the next morning, and our cat was down by one of the snacks that I gifted, but he wasn't eating the snack. The snack was still laying there unopened, and he was eating something else. Well, at the same time he was eating, something was standing right behind the camera. I could tell it was right there, right behind the camera, and it was smacking on something, like it was
Crunching on it. Because you can clearly see Morris's tail in the video.
Okay.
Yeah, and the smacking noise wasn't correlating with the cat's movement. The cat was eating, but the smacking noise was like right up against the camera, and it was at a different timing than the.
I wouldn't be surprised, if they don't do the animals like they do the farm animals. It's just an easy meal. people are feeding their animals, hey, why not go up there and eat with them,
Yep.
Right.
Well,
if I was out there,
I'm sorry.
I probably would.
I was gonna say we only feed how many cats outside?
Oh, it's up to 6 now.
Oh, it's 6 now. Okay, same.
And my buddy,
2 of them of
he
ours.
think, he thinks whatever took his dog, didn't take it to be mean. He said, I think it took it to eat it. He said, I don't think, they took it to be mean. He said, I think they just took it and ate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Nature.
Because,
some people
a
say
domestic,
dog is good.
well, a domesticated dog is going to smell different than a coyote. So they're going to know it doesn't belong there.
Right.
You don't have to get worried about getting bit by it. It's probably had its shots. So
Maybe. No.
But
Now, are all of
the-
your cats outdoor cats?
Yeah, both of
Or-
our cats are out.
Okay.
We only have 2 cats technically,
Oh.
Morris and Morris and Tigger. Now the other cats are feral, I guess you call them, or
Yeah.
not ours. The mama cat had babies underneath the trailer house, so we fed them so they would survive. Well, they're not tame. They won't come anywhere near us except for him.
Yeah.
Because he brings the food. And if he
Right.
reaches down to touch them, they'll go. Shoo.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they're wild feral cats. So,
But you think that Morris has actually befriended one of the.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Makes
He's
sense.
nice, but
Mom's dog done the same thing. Her little dog, when she was little, it loved to go out there. AI Mod wants to know, why do they like horses so well, though, and they braid their manes and tails?
well,
creatures.
a horse. Most of your horses came from the wild. I mean, so it's a wild animal. I'm sure they see them out in the wild. You have your wild Mustangs that still run in places around the United States. So I'm sure they find it somewhat familiar to them. Some do, like especially in the mountainous regions, they'll see a horse that's pinned up, and they'll be like, okay, I see that thing running out in the mountains. So maybe they do that to the wild horses. Who knows? Maybe they hop on the backs of those wild horses and have joy rides. I don't know.
That would be an interesting ride on a wild horse.
And some people even theorize that they breed with the horses.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot.
Well, when you look at the DNA that people have collected, and they come up with so many different variants of the crossing of the DNA, different DNA from different animals, and then it comes out it's got chimp in it. Well, there's not really any wild chimps out in the wild except ones that have escaped from the zoos and laboratories. But so if in one part of the country somebody finds what they suspect is Bigfoot DNA or Dogman DNA, and it's got chimp and human and wolf, and then some have like chimp, human, wolf, and pig, like they're not stating that it's wild pig, that it's farm raised pig. So
Right.
It's possible that they could crossbreed with just about any species, in my opinion.
If anybody wants to jump on with this and have this discussion or share an encounter, the link is in the chat, guys. Just hop in and we'll bring you on. Kind of like what, Scott Carpenter, had found out during the Melba Ketchum study, that the father is pretty much unknown, and they suspected, the fallen angel. And then you have all these other corrupted, everything was corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
it makes you also wonder. I would hate to be caught by them. You know, you would wonder what is your demise going to be? How is your demise going to happen? I mean,
Yeah.
I would hope that if one of them had me and I was, injured or they had me, that it almost makes you hope that your buddy would, take care of you before they would get away with you. I mean, it would almost be merciful for them to do that. There's no telling,
Yeah.
or even what you're even going to see. They drag you down in some hole with the rest of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they may decide to feed you to their babies, and it may not be a fast. They may take their time.
No, thank you.
Yeah, like
Well,
they'll
I was gonna say something, but
tie you up and save you for later. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be.
joking.
And then some people speculate that they make fires.
Mhm.
So you're sitting there tied up, and you got one over there making a fire, and you got one preparing the pot, and I mean, what's fixing to happen. That would be a terrible, terrible way to go.
Tossing in the onions and the spices.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The wild mushrooms. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the morel mushrooms.
Yeah, you get captured by a Bigfoot. They tie you up to a tree, and you look around like, "Ooh, look, they're even feeding me." And then you realize I'm a salad.
Yeah. And then they open your backpack and they start taking like your food and stuff and throwing it in the pot.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a really bad way. Reminds me
Yeah.
of Bone Tomahawk in a way.
Then you're tied up, and they're taking stuff out of your bag, and then you're like, "No, not that one. That'll make me a little too spicy."
Yeah.
On second thought, make sure you put it in there.
AI mode. Do you have chips or popcorn? I saw that.
But in a situation like that, if you're caught with, say, two of your other buddies, do you hope that you get ate first, or do you want to watch what they go through, knowing that you're next?
Take me first.
Well, hopefully before either of us would get eaten, one of us would figure out a way to maybe get both of us loose, and then we'd have to decide who's going to distract and who's going to run.
Yeah.
Or have the
rock, paper, scissors.
It'd be really bad. Be really bad though if there was a whole pack of them in there sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, then you just have to accept your fate, pretty much.
That would be.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty terrible.
Yeah, that would be.
I've thought about, if you camp down there, are you really going to be sleeping? I doubt it.
That's when you never mind.
Yeah,
Stay up all night.
Sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, because you hear so many stories of people falling asleep in their tent, and they just walk up and just grab the end of your tent and just start dragging you in the tent.
Yeah, but even if you try and stay awake all night, I've heard so many stories where people, they don't even realize they've fallen asleep. It's like they do something to knock you out.
Yeah.
So
I know one thing. Way. My tent's not going to be waterproof after that night for sure. My AK is going to go to work.
Be like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm making a sunroof.
I want to see the stars.
And that, and Harold probably knows this now outside with equipment. Being solo is so hard to collect data because you're trying to carry so much equipment. I mean, you've got an AK-47 over your back. You got a 10 millimeter on your side. You've got, your your night vision, your recording, your
A bazooka.
lights,
Yeah.
and not only all that, you're trying to keep the audience happy by keeping everything where your lights at, because the moment you don't, everybody gets mad. They're like, we can't see, get the camera up, and I mean, there's so much going on. It's really hard to maneuver, to move, to 360 watch around you. That's why a lot of times whenever y'all are looking at the ground, that's because I'm watching around me. I've got usually something up that I'm
Because
prepared
a lot
to.
of viewers don't realize when we're holding up a light, that kind of restricts our movement and our vision, our captive vision. So
Right.
occasionally we have to remove the light out of our direct vision, and that upsets a lot of people. But it's something that has to be done for our safety.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Dana said it best. You should not be alone.
Yeah,
Thank
a
you.
lot of people don't like me going out solo, but I mean, I don't have anybody to go, and that's not, you don't want everybody knowing where you go, because when you're stalked, you get some idiot that goes down there and they try to hide, and then they jump out in a suit, and I'm just saying somebody fears for their life and they put somebody down, I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's
Or
not
you have
smart.
somebody hiking
Colton is-
around at 11 o'clock at night with no flashlights.
Oh yeah, like yours the other night,
Yeah.
Jeff. And you're like, "What are you doing down here?" You scared the Jesus out of me, and I'm like,
Right.
"Jess, are you okay?"
Colton just told me the other night about somebody on YouTube that him and their buddy are going out dressing up as Bigfoot in the woods and scaring people. Like, one of these times they're going to scare the wrong person.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No kidding.
They
Yeah,
do it just
because,
for YouTube hits,
Stupid games, stupid prizes.
Yep.
When I go out, I am tactically prepared. I'm not going to say everything that I do when I go out, but there is security steps that I do. I do own an AK-47 and a 10mm pistol. And at a moment's notice, I will shut every light off I got and drop everything and just go to straight, defense if I have to. I'm not going to go out in the woods and let somebody hurt me or, unalive me, because I do have notes that have been left threatening my life. I got one right behind me, and then I have another one that's actually got my name on it. So, I have had my life threatened several times on YouTube and other places. And if I'm out there, I'm sorry. If I scream, announce yourself, and you come at me and I fear for my life, I'm going to defend myself.
Well, yeah.
Well, like with me, I don't carry a gun out in the woods. I have knives on me. You won't even know where I stash my knives. But if I'm in a situation like that, I'm going dark and I'm going Tacti-Squatch. I'm crawling like a spider.
I always said, even when I worked, our captain would always say, "We got one rule tonight: everybody goes home."
And that's the way it should be when you're a officer or whatever it may be of the.
That's the way it should be.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. I have a lot of friends that are military or ex-military and law enforcement, and so yes, I want them to come home every night.
Especially if you're the one that put this together and you're inviting someone out, you have to do whatever it takes to protect the ones that you bring out in the woods with you. Just like, they have to watch your back, so
watch your six. Yep.
Yeah. Because if you don't and something happens and you're the only one that survives the situation, you're going to regret it the rest of your life.
Sebastian, if you don't want to come on tonight, shoot me an email. I'd like to hear that story, and maybe we can work something out and get you on the show. That sounds really interesting.
Sebastian. Hello.
Yeah, because
I'll sing my one.
you just, even if you're not out Sasquatch hunting and just the common courtesy of the woods, if you're walking and you come up on somebody's camp, don't turn out your lights and start being stupid. You turn your lights on and announce who you are. Hey, sorry, passing through. I'm looking for a place to fish or camp. I'm moving out. Leave your lights on so they can watch you leave. Because odds are somebody's uncle or grandpa's probably sitting over there in the dark. It served no telling how many years overseas watching you with his 30-06.
Yeah.
With a scope.
Yeah. A country boy can survive,
Yeah.
But
You get about 30 yards out from the camp, and then you hear something go, hey, and you look up in the tree, and he's got his night vision goggles on.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Keep on moving.
Or you start walking away and you hear one of them whistle at you and they say, hey, don't leave. Come here. And you start looking around and like these guys come walking out and they're like all hairy and ain't took a bath in years. And they're like, no, come on up to the camp. We would love to have some company.
Love what's ever lying around, right?
Move on out faster.
Yeah. I'd say, guys, I got to get back to my truck. I'm on antibiotics. They don't even know what I got. I got to get back to the truck.
You're going to take my meds.
I just came out in the woods to find a natural cure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually came out here hoping something would attack me. This is miserable. Then I'd be like, stay away from the tent. Get away from our camp. Start coughing. But yeah. It's
There are
not
some
smart.
people that have had to do that, though. There are some people that have had to come to that resort, get to where they had to tell the person that they're contagious and better back off. Yeah.
Well, the other night, whenever I was doing my boots on the ground, this car drives by and they're on their brakes and they're slowing down and they're slowing down. There's no stop sign. They stop. I know what they're doing. I know pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, you have one now. I pulled out my IR camera and I filmed the whole vehicle, everybody in it, and the tag. So now I have that on file at home. And every time they do that, I use my IR. I will get description of their vehicle. And you can look right in their windows with that IR. I mean, you can see them.
Yep.
And the tags are so easy to read with the IR because they just glow. I mean, you can get a tag from a long ways away. So
that's how the cops do it. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, the best thing to do if somebody starts bothering you in the woods and you're carrying an IR with you, shut all your lights off and just go IR.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a huge advantage. Or you can start wearing a pirate thing over one eye so you can switch it to the other eye when you go black, and that way you still have night vision.
Yep.
But when the game ranger shows up and you're all dressed up like that wearing a pirate's thing and lights strapped all over you.
Are you wearing your
Say, well, the reason I got lights all over me is because last time I was out here, I ran a stick in this eye, so I'm trying not to do that.
It sounds like Shane's truck.
Oh no, we're watching.
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever done that? Run into a stick?
Oh yeah, or them locust trees with those big old thorns on them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll stick right in your knee, and a lot of people don't know they're poison. They are poison.
Have I ever done that? I don't know.
I actually had the end of a tree limb go back to my eye socket.
Ew.
I had to pull it out when I was out in the woods. Yep.
My cousin shot me in the
Before we
eye with a
end.
bottle rocket. I had to stick my face in the lake to put my face out. Yeah, we have.
I was going to say that explains a lot.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Is we would have we would have firecracker wars every 4th of July, and it was adults, and I was like 15 years old, and everybody had their own bottle rocket gun, and Roman candles. They shoot mortars at each other, missiles at each other, rockets, whatever they could find.
Yep. Done that plenty of
I
times
just-
as a kid.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. AI mode goes, no, but I've stepped on a rope before.
Oh, yeah. Gee. Yeah, what happened to you the other day, Mike?
Well, the other day I was out cleaning the yard, and I stepped on a rake, and luckily the rake didn't hit me in the face; it hit me in the shoulder, but it still hurt a little bit. Randy is still having internet issues. I'm actually talking to Randy right now on his phone, but he can't stream right now. So he's trying to get that
Well,
done
tell
so he
him
can come
hi.
back.
Tell him
Yeah,
say
poor
hi.
Randy. He's upset. And then tonight we got more storms coming, and that's what took his internet out the first time. They're saying
Yeah, but
baseball size hail tonight.
the thing is that was wind that took his out, right? Not so much the storm, it was wind, right? When we had that
Yeah.
hurricane force, whatever the Jesus it was.
Yes, we're supposed to have that again, I think, in the morning, and tonight they said we could have
No.
75 plus mile an hour wind.
Please, no.
Yeah. It's going to be terrible. Better go tie your dogs down.
Our dogs are in our kennels. That's why they're being ornery.
Yeah, our neighbor just
But yeah, it was a
repaired their roof too.
Yeah. You
Hey,
know,
I was in our house 3 years ago, and our whole roof got ripped off and thrown out in the field. We had to have a whole new roof put on this house.
So, do you live in a trailer house? Not that that matters or anything. Mike?
No.
No. Okay,
it's-
so we
no.
live in a trailer house. We live in a 16 by 80 trailer house. Well, the trailer house right next to us, I'm thankful that our roof was good. The one that right next to us, when we had that wind, Lord, it took 3/4 of his off.
Yeah.
I mean, like, those roll up sardine can things that you
Yeah.
that's exactly what it looked like, but on the north side of his house.
Yep.
Looked like somebody went like this to a sardine
Wow.
can. So then I'm like
That's
checking
crazy.
my roof, like, oh Lord. But yeah, everything is okay here, but next door, not so much. He was kind of, lack of better words, ticked off.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
It was scary. This whole house just started shaking. And this was a 2-level house. And the whole thing was just shaking.
Mhm.
And I was like, and then the roof just goes, just rips it off and throws it out in the field.
That would be creepy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially
it was-
if you're inside and you see
It was a little,
I
Yeah.
know that is terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to make light of it, but I'm just blessed that my house was okay. And unfortunately for my neighbor, his was not.
Mhm.
And he was.
I ran
renovating.
outside after it happened and looked at the road, because of all the wind and everything. And I seen a lady riding a bike by with a dog in the back in a basket.
I was doing it in my head.
Now, I would be so tempted if I saw an old lady riding by with a dog in a basket. I'd be so tempted to run behind her and go, "I'll get you, my pretty."
Your little dog too. Oh, wait.
Where's a house when you need one?
Mhm.
Thank
gonna
you
say
for
it
that
for you.
donation,
Many-
Darren. Appreciate it.
Many blessings to you, Darren. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very nice. And we got a lot of great subscribers, a lot of loyal subscribers. I mean, every night I go out and potentially, get 8. They're all there to watch, and I appreciate that, guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Just here to fill out the witness report.
It seems like the more you put yourself in danger, the bigger the crowd you have. So
They want to see what's next.
Yeah.
yeah, I think bridge walking's next.
Walking, Lord. Aw,
Walking the
PC.
rails. Yeah, PC, thank you for that. God bless you for that. But if we could put it together and something y'all really want to go down and have a very, very scary night, I know a place we could go and try to camp.
Try to camp.
Try.
I ain't
I've got
freaking
buddies that
camping.
live.
I ain't sleeping.
Do or do
I
not.
got-
There is no try.
I've got a buddy that was a guide up in Montana and Colorado, both places, all of his life, and he hasn't been able to camp down here all night. And he said he's camped in some bad places.
Sleep in my van and locking the doors and hoping to God nobody breaks my windows.
Did you see what happened to me the other night in my car down there? Did you see that part?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Something started rocking my car with me sitting in it.
Maybe I won't even come. I know I'm safe in my room. Well, maybe.
Yeah, I've been in some
You
pretty.
think you're safe in your room.
Yes, I'm maybe.
I've been in some pretty scary situations in my lifetime, and when I go out in the woods, it's nothing compared to what I went through in the past. So I'm like, okay, what's going to happen tonight? I'm ready.
There's an old saying at that old creek down there that I'm on that they used to hang women off that bridge that they suspected had been witches. And I wonder if that's not part of some of because the water boils down there all year. And it don't matter what time of year. Some people say it's a gas line underneath there that's leaking. Well, it's been leaking ever since my dad was a kid because he said it was doing it when he was a kid. But it's just an eerie place. It is. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Walter, how you doing? Good to see you.
Is it
Hi,
is it
Walter.
methane gas that's underneath? Hi, Walter.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
It
try
It
to
just
say his last
bubbles
name.
all the time.
Now, there's one thing that I have to be leery of when I go out in the woods, and that's coming across a sulfur spring because I'm highly
Oh, yeah.
allergic to sulfur. So I have to be,
Oh, God.
yeah.
We have a lot of oil wells down around here and stuff, too.
Hmm.
Hey, Walter, can I ask you? Is it Kobakinski? Kobakinski? Am I pronouncing it anywhere close? Kobakinski? Let me know. Your name is very interesting. Needs to watch a video of him sitting in his car.
Yeah.
Two windows down, reading and camera. Oh my god, it was terrifying.
Yeah, because
Well,
that
I
was
wanna see
before
the
you even
video.
got out.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do another encounter reading in my car again down there.
I'll be praying.
It seemed to really bring something up whenever I did that.
Literally,
It was,
it was right next to your window.
Yeah, they said they seen it raising up
I
and
was
down
gonna say,
beside
my
my
question
window.
to you is: did you catch the whatever it was shaking the snot out of your vehicle?
I really didn't even go back and look. Everybody said they seen it. I don't watch a lot of my videos, honestly, because as soon as I get done doing a video, I come home and I'm working on the next either person coming on the show or I'm editing the next video drop for tomorrow, or I just pretty much glad that I make it home. I'm like, made it
I
home.
understand that.
Yeah.
And I don't
So
like to watch myself.
Do you actually have a tech person to rewatch all your stuff? To, like you said, you sent your stuff to a buddy of yours. Does he do that for you all the time?
every outing that I do, that I go out boots on the ground, he does it for me. He's very talented at what he does. His job, I think, required him to do that quite a bit, even at a higher scale.
Okay.
So he does that for me. He does really good work. He finds things that I've missed a lot. He breaks my audio down for me. He will enhance it, take the background noise out best he can. So, and Silver Bullet says, "Did you ever see it at your window?" I didn't see it at the window, but I was told that a lot of people did. And Margie, thank you for that. God bless you for that. But yeah, I'm blessed to have him do what he does, because I know he puts hours in on that. That's not just a little something he does. He like goes through everything with just a fine tooth comb. He does a really good job.
Yeah.
And we're very appreciative of him for doing that. So thank you, Mr. No Name, for doing that for me.
Yes, thank you, Mr. No Name.
Yeah, he likes to remain anonymous.
That's fine, and I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
Especially in this field where you have all these stalkers. I mean, this is like the hand that rocks the cradle shit sometimes, It's like, what is going on in this field? I mean, people stalking you. It's like, look at me. I'm here. I'm like, wow, yeah. You probably should go check yourself in. But I mean, it's just it's so weird that, but then when you think about it, really, if you think about it, it all boils down to jealousy.
Good. Yes, definitely.
And it don't even have to be because you're successful. If you're having fun and somebody's living a miserable life, they don't want you to have fun. So, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I like hanging out with everybody, talking to everybody, going out there. And it's just like hanging out with family. I have a lot. Oh, by the way, I have a lot of my family now. So hello to everybody that has joined my channel, that's watching the channel. They've joined a few of the Facebook pages, and some of them's not under their original names because, again, they want to remain anonymous. But I want to say hi to you guys. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for supporting me. It means a lot to me. And they said they are learning a lot. So it's been really fun. Of course,
it's always good to have family.
A lot of people,
backing you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, okay, you said something about family. Okay, believe it or not, before I met Harold, I would never have thought in like 2 million years I'd be discussing cryptids, Bigfoot, anything of the sort. Okay, well, when my cousin Stephanie, who you guys met the other day on our channel, saw Harold's shirt that he was wearing, and it had a Bigfoot and a Dogman on it, and with his OCST, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you." I don't know if she really said believe that they exist or whatever. She goes, "I've got stories for you." And I'm like, I looked at her like, what? Never in 2 million years would have asked her, because I never until 10 million years thought I would be talking about cryptids. So I get the family. So hi, family. Anyway, but so yeah, it's and a very interesting, funny thing. Or that my Uncle Everett.
You would
never thought.
And you would probably be surprised of the people that's had, encounters that just don't talk about it because they're afraid people's going to make fun of them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I just wanted to give you a
sad
tidbit on that.
If I could do it all over again, I'd probably do it the way Vic Gundoff does. Completely anonymous, don't show my face. Don't, just no pictures, nothing. I don't blame him. I mean,
yeah, because
it's bad.
It is. It would be really hard for us to do that, being boots on the ground. That would make it difficult. You would have to almost just go to a straight podcast,
Yeah.
And
yeah, you could still do it just as long as you don't ever show your face.
Yeah, but you'd have some idiot out there that would stalk you, and they would get a photo of you doing it, and they'd be like, "I caught him."
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But yeah, I know AI mode. It's really interesting, to say the least. That and my friend Randy, I never thought in 2 million years, but yeah, she has Bigfoot thingies all around her house. She said, So we had to go meet up with her one day and talk cryptids, I guess, stuff like that. So yeah.
I laugh at my father because ever since I started getting into this, he ended up, I guess, in his support, he ended up buying like a Bigfoot decal for the back of their trailer when they haul it back and forth from Florida. He's like, you wouldn't believe people actually want to talk about it. And I says, you better be prepared. Be prepared, because now that they know, you're marked. People see that. They're going to know.
And a very young couple, I would say younger than me, so very young couple, walked up to Harold the other day at Walmart when I was talking to my Aunt Marthy and Bob, and said, hey, by the way, what's this on your shirt? And it was his OCS t-shirt that he wears all the time. And yeah, out of the blue, this young couple walks up to him and asks him about his shirt that he was wearing.
Yep.
So it's very interesting. Yeah.
I've got now where I go to town, and on several occasions now I get recognized. People run up and they're like, I don't want to bother you, but I really want to meet you, and I'd like to shake your hand. And actually have signed a couple of autographs. And I'm like,
wow.
Why? Why? And they're like, because people just don't do what you do. You go out there, you're crazy.
Certifiable, yes, right?
Certifiable. I should say, you want to see my papers?
Which set?
But when you're out there, Harold, it's going to sound weird to people, and I wonder if you feel the same way. I feel, even though some nights are bad and you are glad to get out of there, but at the end of the night, does it not give you a sense of also peace and relaxation? It's to me, it's almost like a grounding. It's like whenever I go out there, I might get scared or something may happen, but I feel like also that I gain something. I feel like I leave something in the woods. You know what I mean? Like you leave the bad in the woods. I kind of feel like that sometimes.
It's the same. I have the same feelings when I'm done doing filming out in the woods or just camping. If I go fishing, I get the same feeling afterwards. It's like I always leave knowing something I didn't already know. I always feel the connection with the woods, the water, nature in general, and the only thing that's different is when you actually see something out there. It's an indescribable feeling. You can't really explain it to somebody that's never seen a creature of mystique. It's indescribable, and the only way you can really tell someone how you feel when you leave the woods and you've seen something is like go experience it for yourself. It's just indescribable.
Just like I would have people come up to me at work and they would say, hey, what do I have to do to be an officer? And then you start telling them about it, and they're like, what do you do about this? What happens when this happens? What happens when this happens? And finally I would just tell them, dude, you're never going to know until you get you some. That's the best way to do it, is just get in there and get you some and see if you like it and see if it's, if it's for you. I mean, I've had officers that you would think, great shape, and something happens and they freeze. And it's the littler officer that actually steps up and takes control. Flight or fight can be in anybody, and a lot of people will freeze. They will freeze. And of course, you don't want your partner freezing. That's a bad thing,
Right.
Man, that guy really whooped you around the parking lot, didn't he?
So in other words, I can't freeze.
I called for help. That was the longest damn 5 minutes of my life. kind of like, the old saying, I'm going to call the law. And the old guy says, well, I'm going to get my money's worth until they get here, Yeah, I mean, I would change my occupation if I had it. Well, I look back on it, and because of what I'd done is probably why I'm here, because of the investigative part of it. I just feel sometimes that because of this really put my family in the crosshairs of some really mentally deranged, sociopaths, and it makes it dangerous for you and your family. And like you and Christy, or Jesse, or Blake, or D.A. Roberts, Chris Cyrus, a lot of the boots on the ground people.
Yeah.
Whenever we put our faces out there and people know that we are in these woods alone, we're not only having to watch out for creatures or natural predators, we got to watch out for crazy people.
Yeah.
That's the most dangerous part of it all, is running into someone out in the woods that you don't know.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you never know what can happen.
And that's right, Darren. I want to be hands-free with the camera on your head. That would be so nice if I could do that. That would be great.
Which, it's like I was telling my kids the other day, because my son said believe it or not, neither one of my children have ever driven the car. And I think they're kind of a little bit afraid or scared too. And they're like, well, I don't want to hit. I'm like, I understand that. Why do you think I'm a cautious driver? I'm not saying that I'm overly cautious. I'm a cautious driver. Okay. And so the other day, believe it or not, I had to slam on my brakes 3 different times driving from our location to Guthrie so I wouldn't get hit head on. And he was with me. He can vouch for it.
Yeah.
And so I said, this is why, 1, I don't ever look at my phone when I'm driving. 2, I'm a cautious driver.
Right.
Yeah, that's like what I tell my kid. It's not your driving. It's everybody else's driving.
And I was just about ready to say that. So it's not that I'm afraid to drive. It's I'm afraid of other people driving.
Right.
So
and Dawn, I do have a GoPro that I use a lot. I use it on my outdoor channel, and I do have a lot of different ways to mount this. I can mount it on my head, my chest, my arm, or on anything else. The only bad thing is I can't go live with it. And GoPros, unless you get up around the 10, I think, or the 12, they suck in low light. You don't have the zoom, and when it gets low light, if you don't have the very expensive GoPro, then you can forget getting any kind of good footage. I wish you could go. I mean, if they could fix it to where you could go live on a GoPro, you may be able to now. I don't know, but if the newer ones do that, that would be a huge advantage. Because I heard I think it's the 10 and up now, have the actual nighttime now on them, to where they're really good.
Do you want to go pro now?
Oh,
is that my next purchase?
What I like about my GoPro, honestly, the most, my other channel, my outdoor channel. And don't forget, guys, you got to join the outdoor channel. We're going to be giving stuff away over there, fishing poles, stuff like that. So go over and check it out. But the outdoor channel is more adventurous. GoPros are stronger. They're impact, resistant. They're waterproof, and they just have a lot more. I guess they're more useful in that kind of terrain.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I have a question for you.
I've always got an answer.
Are you going to the Farm Expo in Oklahoma City this weekend?
Probably not. I wanted to go to the one in Pryor, and I missed it too. I've had a sore throat the last 3 days. I haven't felt real well. I don't know if I've got like a little bug or something, But just like I woke up with it, and I've had it for about 3. It's better today, but I had it for about 3 days, and it could have been from me being out in the woods on that nighttime boots on the ground, because there was a lot of pollen blowing around out there.
Well, that's time of year.
Yeah, I got my throat
That's snow
irritated.
blowing around.
Yeah.
Down around that swamp water.
Yeah, we have a. When is that? When is the 89er?
89ers is the weekend of Easter.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that coming up. All kinds of stuff to do with rodeo, parade.
Car show.
I would love this fall, if it was even possible this fall, to do the Squatch camp. I think that would be a fun time.
Oh yeah.
I think that
I would
be
do that. I would go for that.
Well, and I think because we got so many idiots that follow us around and don't have a life, and they wouldn't have anything else to do if they didn't follow me, because they're not smart enough to plan things on their own. We would probably go to like a state park or somewhere where we have a warden patrolling. That way we don't have to worry about any outside interference. We can actually go there and do what we go there to do. We can talk, we can mingle, we can share stories, and we don't have to worry about any kind of outside interference, because you got the wardens are right there in the park.
You can roast weenies and have s'mores.
Yep.
Oh.
I think that would be a fun time.
Yep.
Tell all kinds
s'mores,
of stories.
weenies, and pajama party.
Ribeye steak, baked potatoes.
Don't bother me with a good time. I mean, steak and potatoes, heck yeah. Even though I haven't really ate potatoes in probably a month.
That's one of my downfalls, Christy, is I love potatoes and I love potato chips.
Potato chips, now, on the other hand, I could inhale a whole. Well, I almost did last night. Okay, so we went to the emergency room. I took him to the emergency room last night, and we didn't get out of there until almost midnight. And the only thing that was open was the on-queue. And so we stopped at the on-queue. Obviously, I had to pee, and then we got sodas and whatever. And he's like, "I am hungry. I have to take my medicine." And I'm like, "I understand. Let's get something." And so he goes, "There's nothing hot." I was like, "Well, there's cold sandwiches over here." And he goes, "Oh, okay, yeah." And so we bought 2 subs and a bag of queso ripples, right? Ruffles. Queso
Ruffle
Ruffles.
beverages.
Oh my goodness, those chips were so good. And so I opened the bag of chips before we even left the gas station, and I had a few, and I was like, "Oh, they're not bad." And I said, "You're going to eat this whole sandwich before we even get home?" I said, "It's kind of dry." And he goes, "Yes, I'm hungry."
No, I went. No, I train of thought.
Anyway, I took a couple bites of the sandwich, and I was like, "I won't eat this on the way home." But I was driving on the way home, and he's sitting there just eating these chips. I said, "I thought we were sharing." He goes, "We are." I said, "You're eating the whole bag of chips on the way home." He goes, "Yeah, I'll save you some."
Well, he was just making sure they were good, and you wouldn't
He saved me a little bit, right? What? What did you say, Mike?
He was just making sure there was nothing wrong with them, so you didn't get sick.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there was nothing wrong with them, but they did have a little bit of kick, but they were good.
Now that you mentioned that, that's the second time you've been to the ER in less than a week.
I know. I was at the ER with Colton on Friday night, and the ER on Monday, right? Monday, yesterday. Last night with Harold.
I should have went Friday, but yeah.
Well, when I was at the ER with Colton, though, the other day, I stayed in the van. I didn't go inside. That was Tammy's job.
The Wolf Lady likes the salt and vinegar chips. Them are pretty good. I just had some of them the other night, too.
Salt and vinegar? Yep.
Yeah.
I try not to eat salt, too. I can't. I'm not supposed to, anyway. There's a lot of things I'm not supposed to eat.
Yeah, me too. But I do.
But I do sometimes.
Oh yeah,
I
we
did
Potato
were
chips are my downfall.
we were
Sorry.
we were getting ready to leave the hospital, and we almost got stuck in there because they were about to do a lockdown because there was somebody going off in the ER.
Oh no.
Yeah, they overpaid, paged on the over thing. Security come to ER something something. Security. I'm like, I looked at him. I said, if we get stuck in here, I'm gonna be mad.
The nurse that was checking me out, she told us, she said, I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna take you guys out the door
Way.
so that
Get
y'all
you
don't get
out
stuck in
before.
here. Yeah.
Well, that
She's
was
like,
nice.
it's getting crazy in here.
I was like, we could hear
Yeah.
the person. I was like, oh my
Running,
god.
running for the hills.
Yeah.
So before we jump off here, I've had John here for 2 hours. What do you guys have coming up? What's going on your channel, Harold? Tell us what you got
Oh,
coming up and what people need to be watching for.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, on Bigfoot and stuff, we are going to start the show talking about the recent news of the structures under the pyramids in Egypt. I had several requests to talk about that on the show, so that's what we got going
Those
on.
are definitely interesting subject. I've been looking in a little bit of those, and there's a lot unsaid and a lot unseen for sure in those.
Oh yeah. It's a subject that I was really into growing up. I studied a lot of Egyptology, so it'll be an interesting show.
Christy going to help you do all that studying?
sure. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her watch a video tonight.
I'll probably
so.
Just listen. I have to pick up Cammy tomorrow night, like normal, like the last couple Wednesdays. So
Yeah.
I'll be here, and then I have to leave and then come back, obviously. But so
And y'all are on every Wednesday night at 8:00.
Every Wednesday night at 8:00 Central. Yep. On YouTube.
With Christy.
Huh?
With Christy when she
Yeah.
can make it.
With Christy.
With me, yes. And
Yeah, when
I
Jiffy
believe
Pop make
CJ.
it.
I believe CJ will be popping on probably while I'm gone. So
Yeah, he'll probably step in for you.
yeah. So I don't know. Did you guys see not this last short that he did, but the short before where actually CJ did the voiceover on the description of what Harold had found. Connor did the voice
Yeah, he wants to do
The
that.
voice-
I seen the pyramid one.
no, the one
But I
right
don't-
before the one before
I don't
that
think
where
I seen
he
that.
actually caught the
Yeah, the pyramid one was AI. I did AI voice for that one.
mm-hmm. But the one
That was
before
a good
that
one.
we caught, or not me, where he caught the buttocks impressions in the in the leaves in our backyard. Connor did the narration on it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Wow.
of course you should have been here that day because he was talking all sorts of like Scooby-Doo and Mickey Mouse and doing all sorts of voices and Mrs. Doubtfire and all that stuff. Anyway, he goes, if Dad wouldn't get copyright infringements, I could have so much more fun with this.
Oh yeah. It's limitless almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Darth Vader,
Yeah.
that type of thing. So yeah, he was just having a good time with it.
That's what we try to do. We try to have fun getting stuff like that ready for shows, because that's what it takes. You gotta have fun doing what you're doing.
right.
Yeah, you got to. I think if you don't have fun doing it, then it ain't worth doing.
Right.
And as far as stuff coming up on CRJ Designs, I'm working on it.
Well, you better hurry.
I know, right?
A lot of
Dang it.
people waiting.
You know, the thing is that I have a hard time talking about me. I
Well,
do. I have a hard
we'll
time
talk.
talking about myself.
We'll talk about you for you then.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. You guys want to do my intro video for me? I'll be glad. So I don't have to do it.
Yeah, so everybody submit a clip talking about her, and I'll put it in the video.
Oh my Lord. That'd be
and your
interesting.
favorite photo.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to
I'm
let
gonna have
you
to-
all
Go ahead.
run because look here. We
Yeah,
got
it's coming.
storms.
Yep.
They're just out west of me right now. So,
It's west of
Everybody-
you, so it'll be very close to us, right?
yeah, everybody knows that Polo has to be fed before the storms hit because, he can't go a day without eating. He's about to dry up.
Yeah.
So, right.
I gotta take my dog out.
Is Polo a little puppy dog?
He's my big old sheep.
Kind of.
Is your watchdog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
No, he's
But
a big sheep. It's a big sheep.
It's a big sheep.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I heard a puppy dog. Do you have a puppy dog too?
That's Kaylee's loud little dog.
Oh, okay.
She barks at everything, but if something was to ever step out, it'd have a heart attack and die right there.
I understand. Okay.
It's like tough until it happens.
So instead of a fainting goat, you got a fainting dog.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But guys, we have got to do this again sometime though. I enjoy
Oh, yeah.
doing these.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll jump. All right,
We
I'm
have
gonna let
to
y'all
hope that
run.
Randy comes back soon, so he can be on
Well,
the microphone.
man,
as well.
he's upset. He is
like
upset.
that.
He's like, I got to get because he don't even have no internet at all. So he's
Oh my goodness.
he is not happy.
I bet he's really chomping at the bit. He'll be talking up a mile and a
Oh.
half once he gets up here, then.
He is for sure. And you all be careful tonight with them storms also. And I'll be in your chat tomorrow night. I'm sure me and Jesse will stop by and aggravate y'all.
Oh, please do.
But I'm gonna go do my farming and my feeding and get that old fat thing fed. If y'all haven't checked it out, you can go over to our other channel and look and you'll see him. He's a big old thing. God, he's over 200 pounds.
Oh yeah, I watched
I
it.
think I saw the clip or the thumbnail where it was trying to look like Eat Your Son, I believe is.
Yeah, he was going crazy that day. I don't know what was wrong with him.
So, yeah.
He was nuts. All right, guys, I'm going to let you run. Thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you guys. Always.
Same here.
Yep. God bless you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
God bless
Right.
you guys. Good night. It's always fun having them on. I always enjoy it. Makes for a good night.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to let you walk us out of here because I hear thunder
Huh? All right. Well,
already.
thank you everybody for
Yeah.
joining us tonight. I hope everybody stays safe wherever you are in these storms. Thank you so much for joining us. We wouldn't be here if you weren't here. So please make sure you share this out and get the word out that we're here and help us out. God bless. Stay safe. Good night.
All right, everybody. Don't forget to go check out Harold and Christy over at OCSG tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. They have a show every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, so go check them out. Me and Jesse and the team, we usually show up there whenever we can. I want to thank everybody for your support tonight. Tim and Darren and everybody that Margie that donated. I'm probably missing somebody. Thank you. God bless you for that. Means a lot to us. And as we leave, guys, remember, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner, and green and red hearts for the boys. And we'll see you on the next one. We love you guys, and we'll see you later.
Good night.